Welcome to Dateline Polk with news about your county government. I'm your host and Assistant County Manager, Leanne Thomas. Today you'll learn about County Commissioners' actions from the July 23rd meeting. Summertime means budget time for Polk County government. The commissioners and county staff have been hard at work preparing the budget for the fiscal year 2013-14, which begins October 1st. At the meeting, commissioners set the tentative operating millage rate as well as the tentative rates for the Parks Municipal Service Taxing Unit and the Library Service Taxing Unit. Here's Budget Officer Todd with more information on the budget process.
Yes, we basically had 3 agenda items approved this morning for some millage rates that the board has to approve every year based on Florida statute. Those 3 were for our general countywide millage rate, for our Parks Municipal Services Taxing Unit that's only in the unincorporated area of Polk County, and then for our Library Municipal Services Taxing Unit that again is in our unincorporated portion of Polk County. Those 3 millage rates were set by the board at the very same millage rate that we've had for the last 6 or 7 years. They've kept that millage rate the same to help provide some savings to our Polk County taxpayers.
The board also set the tentative millage rate for a proposed new Stormwater Municipal Services Taxing Unit. Todd Bond joins us again with the details.
This is a new municipal services taxing unit. It's a new tax for Polk County citizens. However, to keep the impact off of the citizens of Polk County, the board is also reducing a stormwater assessment so that the average taxpayer will not feel the impact of that new tax. This 4th tax, again, is in the unincorporated area, and it's to help the board start to address some of the state and federal requirements for drainage and water quality requirements.
In addition, board members set the tentative assessment for fire services based on a rate study that documented a shift in call data, thus adjusting the assessments. Polk County Assistant Fire Chief Rick Parnell has more details on the rates.
And what this means to the residents is that it establishes the fire rates for the different property categories in the county to fund the fire services division. Now, the difference in this year is we had the rates haven't changed in several years, and we had a rate study done to make sure that all the different categories are paying the amount commensurate with their level of service that they get. This is required because we're an MSBU, where it's not an ad valorem funded tax thing. So the rates are adjusted based on the call data each time they do these assessments, and they stay the same for a few years until you're required to update with the call data. Some of the citizens may notice that their assessment changes on their bill. Some bills will go up, some will go down. The net it's a net zero change to the fire rescue division. It's just a matter of keeping using the call data, keeping the correct formula for our funding mechanism in place.
Commissioners created a Stormwater Technical Advisory Committee to provide guidance and recommendations on ways to address water quality in lakes and streams resulting from stormwater runoff. The committee will consist of 5 unpaid members, 1 member appointed by each commissioner. Members must have a water-related technical background in areas such as engineering, biology, hydrology, chemistry, or geology. As requested by the property appraiser, the board agreed to waive the requirement that a property owner file an annual application for tax exemptions on living quarters for parents or grandparents. This waiver is more efficient for the property appraiser's office and makes the process more convenient for property owners. Board members approved a contract of approximately $4.9 million with Killebrew Incorporated of Lakeland for water main improvements in the Northwest Regional Utility Service Area. Polk County Utilities Director Gary Freeze has the project details.
This contract has been out to bid. Killebrew, the Killebrew Company was successful bidder, and the bid is about approximately $4.7 million. This will add pipeline in the Northwest to improve service quality, redundancy, and to make the system work much better and provide a better quality of service for the customers in the Northwest area. It's scheduled to start immediately and be completed in approximately 1 year.
In regular board action, commissioners approved the minutes from their board meeting held on July 9th, as well as disbursements from the county comptroller. Board members celebrated an employee who reached a career milestone this month. Congratulations to John Whitman in transportation for 25 years of service. Commissioners appointed Captain James Guth and Sue Embody to 3-year terms on the Board of Adjustment. They also appointed Bill Braswell to a 3-year term on the Planning Commission. Commissioner Bell abstained from this vote as she was related to Mr. Braswell. During public hearings, the board changed future land use designations on 3 properties in Polk County. They changed approximately 0.8 acres in West Auburndale from residential suburban to commercial enclave. They also changed approximately 4.7 acres in South Lakeland from residential low to convenience center, as well as approximately 0.7 acres in Lakeland from residential low to office center and residential low to linear commercial center. Commissioners approved vacating several right-of-ways. These include Tri-County Road 1 and properties in the Santa Cruz subdivision in the Four Corners area, as well as property in the Mammoth Grove subdivision in Lake Wales. And finally, board members created the Ashwood East Special Street Lighting District. Property owners requested the district to allow street lighting costs to be assessed annually by the county and collected on tax bills. R.J. Walters, Communications Specialist for the Transportation Planning Organization, joins us now with an update on transportation projects in Polk County.
Thanks, Leanne. When you hear the words Polk Transportation Planning Organization, I want an image of community that has safe access to its needs to come to your mind, not just orange barrels and lists of multi-million-dollar projects. And here in Polk County, that community involves the aging population that isn't getting any younger or smaller in number. While nearly 20% of the state's licensed drivers were at least 65 years old as of 2011, many senior citizens are trying to adjust to a life that no longer allows them to get behind a steering wheel. To initiate a conversation that focuses on the mobility options, needs, and challenges of Polk's aging population, the TPO is hosting an Advisor Network Community Forum focused around senior mobility on September 24th. A location is still being finalized. At this forum, one of the TPO's consultants will be presenting the results of a current study on transit and aging in place. And Gail Hawley, a program manager for the Florida Department of Transportation, will be presenting information on the Safe Mobility for Life program, which offers strategic plans and valuable resources for Florida's aging road users. The forum is intended to determine some of the voids that need to be filled in Polk County to adequately accommodate people who are transitioning into new transportation needs that might include medical care, worship services, entertainment, shopping, and more. Look for more information on the Senior Mobility Forum in the coming weeks on Polk TPO's Facebook page and Twitter account at Polk TPO. You will also find a detailed report on what transportation projects rank highest in the collective conscience of Polk County citizens, per a discussion at the May 14th Advisor Network meeting that was on transportation priority projects. Speaking of priorities, it would be in your best interest to mentally jot down the following road closures that could hinder your travel for at least the next week. Since a lot of this road update news isn't new news, but news nonetheless, I will start off with a pair of projects that are fresh on the construction scene. In Fort Meade, traffic will be reduced to 1 lane on US 98 from Ridge Road to Mount Zion Church Road, with flaggers directing traffic. US 98 is being paved, and new signs and guardrail are also going up as part of a project that is expected to be complete by early September. And on State Road 60, from County Road 555 to Armar Road, westbound turn lanes will be closed during the daytime hours until at least August 2nd as Tampa Electric replaces transmission poles. Motorists are advised to use caution and watch for changes in traffic patterns when traveling through the area. One of the largest construction projects going on in the county right now continues at the intersection of US 98 and State Road 60 in Bartow. Motorists can expect intermittent lane closures in both directions on SR 60 from west of US 98 to Walmart Drive and on US 98 from south of Manor Drive to SR 60 between the hours of 9 p.m. and 5:30 a.m. through at least Friday as traffic separators are installed. The status on the nearby Fort Fraser Trail remains the same. The westbound SR60 entrance is open, while the eastbound SR60 entrance is closed. For more information and a timeline on the project, go online to idriveus98.com. Another project that has been a long time coming and is now taking shape is the expansion of US 27 from 4 lanes to 6 from Ritchie Road to south of Berry Road. Crews are currently working on traffic signals at US 27 Dunson Road and US 27 Ronald Reagan Parkway, and a traffic shift is in place at the intersection of US 27 Waverly Barn Road. So motorists, be alert and cautious. Now let's take a look at the rest of the daytime road closures to consider around Polk County. There will be intermittent closures and delays on US 27 from Highlands County line to north of US 98, at East Main Street from US 98 to west of Lake Bonnie Drive in Lakeland, where the 2 inside lanes are permanently closed as part of a Main Street beautification project. There are also lane closures expected on State Road 540 east of State Farm entrance, State Road 60 at Bailey's Road, State Road 37 at the Mulberry Bridge from south of SR 60 over the Alafia River, State Road 33 south of I-4 at Bridgewater Center Lane, State Road 33 north of Glenwood Drive, and State Road 17 on the Scenic Highway and Frostproof between F Street and I Street. The list of nighttime lane closures around Polk include US 98 from County Road 540A to State Road 540 Winter Lake Road, US 27 at Sandmine Road, State Road 60 from State Road 17 to County Road 17B in Lake Wales, State Road 563 Hardin Sykes Boulevard at Ariana Street. For more information on emergency road closures, catch up with the Polk TPO online on Twitter and Facebook. Next time I'll be back with a preview of the August 8th TPO board meeting and more details on the September 24th Senior Mobility Forum. With the information and updates on the planning that moves Polk, I'm RJ Walters.
To keep current with programs and progress in the county, visit us online at polk-county.net or follow us on Facebook and Twitter. We also encourage you to join us at the next scheduled board meeting at 9 a.m. on Tuesday, August 6th. Thank you for watching this edition of Dateline Polk.